but still, it's a little bad in some of the states. But it's, hopefully it's turning up.
Yeah. All right, what's going on, Robert Whittaker? Welcome back to Menace and the Man.
Thanks for having me, mate. It's always good to be here.
Stan the Man. We've never officially met, but this is our virtual meeting, if you will. Menace.
Practically the same.
So Menace retired from fighting, and he's now a lineman. Do they have linemen? Like, where are the power lines like in Australia? Is it the same as the United States?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, so like he's out there right now, like swinging from power lines. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's tiring work.
Yeah, like he needed something like that though after fighting, is what he felt like,
It's fair enough, as long as he's enjoying it.
Yeah, so it was a good fit for him. He's loving it. He likes the idea of, the danger aspect, so he's dealing with some craziness.
Yeah, and you got to climb. It was like high, and I don't know, there's a bit of a thrill.
Yeah, like a job you definitely can't be afraid of heights. You can't be afraid.
Definitely can't.
You can't be afraid of like that risk factor of dying, similar to fighting.
Yeah, very, very, very.
But yeah, now we got you here. Congrats on that recent win, Darren Till.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. It's tricky, but got there.
Yeah, a tricky fight, but a game of inches, especially a fight like that. Both of you guys are knockout artists, so just takes one.
It was a chess match. Hats off to him. He had the experience and determination to see his game plan through the entire time, just like me. And it was game of inches, exactly as you said.
Yeah, and he's looked good at 185. He looks a little, cutting weight. You like same way you moved up. Cutting weight's not, the best strategy.
Yeah, it's just healthier for you.
Yeah, like you think back to those old days, especially you hear stories. Still today, you guys are cutting 30, 40 pounds to make weight.
Yeah, and it's like you can do that when you're younger, but it just catches up to you, and it just makes life hard. How long can you really do that for? Obviously, I think cutting weight, everyone tries to get the most out of every weight division and everything they're doing because fighting's a game of inches. But like health starts to become paramount, I think, once you reach a certain point.
Yeah, how old are you now?
29.
All right, so yeah, like I usually say like 32, 33, but then some guys are different. Some guys, that's their prime.
Yeah, exactly that. Like when I moved up, I was just hating life.
Yeah.
Like cutting all that weight and dieting all that time, it just wasn't fun.
Yeah, what do you walk at usually? So you used to cut like 30 pounds, right?
Something like that, yeah. It was a lot.
Yeah, because I've seen you recently, like especially now at 185, you're yoked. You look tremendous.
No, I feel out. I feel out well.
So now, was there training for you during the quarantine and whatnot? Are you guys still under quarantine with training?
Yeah, we're not under quarantine right now, but earlier in the year we were, and all the gyms were shut. But lucky enough, I have a great team. The team all quarantined with me, and we just kept training at the shed with a small group of guys, just sticking to ourselves.
Yeah. So now, has anyone come up? Anyone around you had COVID at all or anything like that?
No, fortunately, touch wood, count my blessings.
Oh, I had it.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I had it. Menace didn't have it. Menace's girlfriend's mom had it, so he was around it, and then I caught it somehow. No idea how.
Oh wow! How'd you go? Obviously, you made it through.
Yeah, I made it. I'm alive, so I'm still living.
Yeah.
I say, Stan the Man 1, COVID 0.
That's it.
So slowly but surely. But yeah, this fight with Darren Till. So now right on to Jared Cannonier.
Yeah, just staying active, getting in the next one. I came out of last fight, like no injuries or anything. The fire's still there. I'm still hungry. So why not? I want to get another fight in before the end of the year. So yeah, why not?
Yeah. And you guys almost fought before, you and Cannonier.
Yeah, we were supposed to, but I need to have a little holiday.
Yeah. But even didn't he pull out the first time with the the torn pec came afterward. Yeah.
You came after. So like everything happens for a reason, I guess,
Yeah, and even you two, it's like two of the nicest guys. Vicious in the fight, but nicest guys outside of the cage.
Yeah, we just want to be left alone. Let's just focus on fighting.
Yeah. Yeah, like that's one thing I love that I saw that you said. You were like, quarantine, I was built for this.
Yeah, I feel like I was honestly like I just cruise out, play guitar, play my games, video games. I miss my family tremendously though, so I'm trying to keep myself distracted. But I'm happy here by myself. It's all good.
Oh, so you're still quarantined at the moment.
Yeah, so when you come back to the country, you need to do like a mandatory 2 weeks
All right.
in a
Now,
hotel. Yeah,
is that on the UFC's dime or that comes out of your pocket?
I think it's like government subsidized, but my pocket as well.
Yeah. So what do you got left quarantine wise?
I think 6 days, 5 days.
I mean, I'd imagine, I don't know anything about it. I don't know about you. It's kind of like a little bit of a prison sentence in a way. You're like, oh man, you start counting the days after the first couple.
Yeah, like I'm counting the days because I miss my family so much. But otherwise, like I'm not too bad off here. It's pretty fun.
Now you got games with you?
Yeah, I got games, got a laptop, got my guitar. Like I'm good. Plenty
All
of
right.
food, can eat plenty.
What are we playing at the moment?
It's Elder Scrolls Online, dabbling with it still. I love that game. You know, I was smashing a little bit of Stardew Valley just before. That's a catchy game.
Now, what are these? All PC games, right?
They're all PC games, all PC games.
All right, yeah, I'm a PS4 guy.
Okay.
So I play like I dabble. I know you're like seriously into it though.
Yeah, I really enjoy it. Like that's my hobby, I guess.
So Jared Cannonier plays games too.
Yeah, hopefully not the ones I play.
No, probably not the ones you play. But now, do you ever play Xbox or PS4?
Not really, not really. I just PC. If I need a controller, I'll play PC with a controller. You know what I mean?
All right, so it'd be an interesting matchup. You guys would almost have to do a series if you and Jared Cannonier played like a video game against each other.
Maybe.
You'd have to pick out a game and then do like best of 3, best of 5, best of 7 of that game.
I don't want to do that. Like do my passions and my hobbies with my enemy. Screw that.
Oh well, I wouldn't say enemy at this point.
As soon as now we're enemies. Like that's the game.
As soon as
everyone in the division is my enemy.
Yeah. All right. So even people in your division, obviously, the winner of this fight's going to be next in line for a title shot.
Most likely, I guess. I'm not really looking forward past this fight. I'm just really looking forward to this fight.
Yes. Well, what I was going to say off that is Costa versus Adesanya. Who do you got in that one?
If I was betting man, probably have to go Adesanya. But he's got good power, cardio, chin, skills. I'm very, very interested to see how this plays out.
Yeah, very intriguing matchup.
Isn't it?
Like, what does Costa have? Costa does have one loss, right? Like a decision on the Ultimate Fighter.
Oh, did he? I don't know about that.
Yeah, he's got one decision loss on like Tough Brazil or something like that.
Okay, well.
But he is undefeated in his professional career.
Yeah, okay. He's looked fantastic in his last few fights. He's been some good names.
Yeah, so him and Adesanya is a pretty sick matchup. But even I like that number 1 contender fight as well. You versus Cannonier has some fireworks written on it.
Yeah, I can't wait. I think it's going to be a grueling fight. I don't think it'll go the distance. Let's see.
So that's your prediction for the fight, stoppage?
I'm going to put him away in the second, trust.
Yeah. It's got that's got to be a tough thing, especially at your level. Like I know, like one time, like just anything you say could almost be taken out of context, type of situation. You know what I mean? Like Dennis always tells the story with Frankie Edgar. He was like, he beat somebody, and then after the fight, he tried to call out Frankie Edgar, and he was like, November 12th, Frankie Edgar, MSG, and then he walked off, and the fight was November 13th. So people kept messaging him like, "Oh, Frankie Edgar, Dennis Bermuda's fighting in the parking lot, November 12th." You know, like the fight wasn't even happening.
Yeah, that's not the worst thing though. That's funny. It adds to it.
Yeah. All right. So we're not gaming with our enemies. Like, have you gamed with any UFC fighters, or are you mostly gaming with randoms?
Just my pals and my buddies.
Yeah. Are you like the best out of the crew?
Nah, nowhere near. Nowhere near.
Now, where'd these buddies come from? Are these just gaming buddies, or are these like actual
gaming buddies from around Australia generally?
All right.
I've got some US guys that I play with as well, so that's cool.
Yeah, like that's what I was gonna say. Like, are they like friends that you converted into these games that you play?
No, I don't convert anybody. So like I've met a lot of my friends like in the games, and then that's how our friendship kicked off, playing the same games.
Yeah. So now, what is life right now for you? Like just sitting in a hotel room?
Exactly that. Sitting in a hotel room, playing video games, ordering too much food.
Now, what do you have in like contactless delivery? Like they just ring on the door and leave it out there?
Yeah, exactly that.
Man, what a crazy world we're living in right now, right?
Isn't it? Isn't it?
Yeah.
Like something to tell our kids about.
Yeah, I mean, it might be that type of thing. I don't. It could be going on forever. Who knows what's gonna happen with this shit at this point?
Man, nobody knows. Nobody can predict.
Yeah. So what is it? Just like FaceTime and whatnot with the family right now?
Yeah, right now it's just FaceTime, but hopefully we work it out.
Yeah. Now, what do you got? You got 2 daughters?
No, I got 1 daughter, 2 boys.
1 daughter, 2 boys. All right.
Yeah.
So you got a little brood, a little rugby team building up.
Yeah. Working on it.
What are the ages there?
5, 4, 2.
So now, what is the deal with like the 5 and 4-year-old? Is Australia sending kids back to school?
They're in daycare. Like they're in daycare still. They start kindergarten, I think 5. So the daycares have been closed and then they've reopened, and I think they're open at the moment. But yeah, just got to wait and see how things are panning out.
Yeah, like I know some people now that all like schools might be reopening and stuff like that. People are like, I'm not sending my kid. People are putting the flag down.
Yeah, exactly. Even though they're open, people just don't want to take them back.
Yeah, people don't want to send them back. But that's like with this virus, we don't know if it's how bad is asymptomatic and whatnot. So
yeah, and how long could this go on for? Like, what are your kids going to grow up without school?
Yeah. So now, did you watch Edmen versus Brunson?
Yeah, that was a good fight. Brunson was on that fight, wasn't he?
Yeah.
And on Brunson, I think is dangerous.
Yeah, it looks like he's changing up a few things, not stepping on the gas the way he used to. Now he's picking his shots a little more.
Yeah, and he's got it. It was a good fight for him.
Yeah. So now even that, I think I guess Edmen's good, but that was even like people sleep on Brunson. Like one of my friends, I was talking about the fight with, they were like, who's Brunson lost to? And then you look at his losses are a who's who,
Yeah, exactly that.
Yeah, and he's winning those fights. Where unless it's like the top 3, top 4.
Yeah. I think he's a dangerous fighter. I think that was a good fight for him. And this may have sparked his confidence back up to start tearing things up again. Who knows?
Yeah, I think they said he's got a winning streak right now, 3 wins or something. And when you're in the top 15, it just takes a few to get back up there.
Well, that's it. You get knocked down, you got to get back up.
Yeah. So now another one we got this weekend. I mean, this one, this is a top 15 fight, I'd say. Weidman versus, what is his name? Omari Akhmedov.
Yeah.
What do you think of that one? Who you see winning that?
I'd have to go behind Weidman. I think he's a phenomenal fighter. I think it's a good fight for him to get back up there, get back on the horse, sort of thing. It's annoying seeing him back at middleweight because I'm a fan of his, but everybody in the middleweight is kind of an enemy. So I guess we'll just wait and see.
Yeah, I got to root for Weidman. A lot of mutual friends, Long Island and whatnot, but it's tough. Like even Omari, like being a champion, once you're at that level, you're only getting tough fights.
Yeah, that's the problem, right?
Yeah, like Weidman's had a tough go of it lately. His last win, I believe, was Gastelum. But yeah, Omari's tough.
He is. Can't sleep on him for sure.
Yeah, so I'm gonna root for Weidman. It's a tough one. I wouldn't bet on that one. Or I would blindly bet on that one. But then they always say you should never bet off emotion, but that's what happens all the time.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Yeah. Oh, so you're placing bets on fights ever?
No, not generally, but if I do, I always bet on just whoever I like.
Yeah, like I remember one time I bet on emotion. I thought Felicia Spencer was going to do something. The odds were just too sweet against Amanda Nunes.
Yeah.
So I put like all my parlays. By the end of the night, all my parlays and whatnot wound up on that fight. And I was like, oh my God.
Oh no.
Yeah.
That's a tricky one to bet against, but
it was almost, I deserved it for betting against Nunes. You can't bet against that lady. She's a killer.
Nah, she is.
But now she's saying retired, so let's see what comes of that.
Yeah, gotta wait and see.
All right.
She's done it all, but she deserves it.
Yeah, at where she's at right now, she could walk away. The women's division doesn't have the same length of establishment, if you will, as like the men's.
Yeah, and she's ran through them all, so.
Oh my God! Remember, she like pinballed Ronda Rousey's head.
Yeah, she's done that to everybody.
She's a killer. But what's the other one? So we went over those ones. Oh, you're a big boxing guy, right?
Nah, not really.
All right. I figured your boxing style, your style's pretty much boxing oriented.
Yeah, I do. I do boxing. I do box, but I don't watch it a lot at all.
Oh, because I was gonna say, what do you think of the Roy Jones versus Mike Tyson fight that the sports world seems to be talking about?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really like seeing like the older fellas jump back in the ring. You know what I mean?
My God! Finally, someone who agrees with me. Like Menace was trying to like talk me out of this.
Yeah, no, I don't like seeing the older fellas jump back in. Like you had a good thing. They both have great legacies. Like why tarnish it now? Not that they will tarnish it, but why do anything to it now?
I mean, I feel like it does tarnish it a little bit. You know, like you're 50. Like that's what I always say. Like for this fight, people think they're getting 1990 Roy Jones, you know, like 1990 Mike Tyson. Yeah. They think they're getting like the throwbacks. It's 2020 versus 2020 here.
Yeah, it's like, and people are only going to remember like the old Tyson, old Jones. You know, yeah, it's just. I don't know. I wouldn't know because that whole "you're only as good as your last fight." Yeah, it's kind of true. You know what I mean? It's like it definitely is present. People definitely remember your last fight more than your biggest reign. You know, your biggest run you had. So, I guess wait and see. Hopefully, they make tons of cash off it, which they probably will. So good for them earning money.
Yeah, but past that, I don't want to see 54-year-old Tyson and 51-year-old Roy Jones. I'm sorry.
Yeah, neither do I.
And huge boxing guy, love nostalgia, but I don't want to punching in the head at that age seems like it's a little different.
Yeah, it doesn't seem cool.
Yeah. So now, Izzy, Costa, of that matchup, which one do you think is a better matchup for you?
It's hard to say. Both hard guys, but to be honest, I want to run back with Izzy. I want to run that back. I want to have another crack at him.
Yeah. Now, even for that one, the Izzy fight, was it the layoff? Did you have like, you know how they say, some people say ring rust doesn't exist, some people say it does.
Ring rust. I don't think I was in the right headspace going into it, to be honest.
Yeah. So just off night. You know, that's what I always preach about too.
Yeah, it was just the night. I rocked up, not all there, and he was on, and that's that.
Yeah, like that's what I always say. At that level, you're bound to have an off night at least once, twice in your career, especially if it's spread across 10 years or whatnot.
Yeah, exactly. You know, it was a off night for me, I guess. Bad night for me, but I want to run that back.
Yeah, well, this Jared Cannonier fight's the only thing that stands in the way. So now even that, like I said earlier, you and Cannonier, two of the nicest guys. Like when we've had you on the show, the stories Menace has told me about you, what I've seen in public, and then even same thing like when we had him on the show. So it's just like a lot of respect there naturally from both of you because you're just respectful people.
Yeah, fighting, to me, fighting is an honorable sport. You know, we're both warriors getting in there and we're putting our hearts on the line. You know, we are. So, and I respect that about him. And if he's respectful and I'm respectful, we'll go in there, we'll get to work, we'll do combat, and then that's it. Leave it in there.
Yeah. So even what's the date for this one? 254, right?
I'm not exactly sure. Can't at the top of my head, no idea. And
they haven't. I remember looking at it. Those couple fights, they haven't announced a venue yet. So it could be Abu Dhabi, it could be America.
Yeah, the details aren't set, like really set in stone yet. The only thing that I've said is like I've just agreed to the fight. So we're waiting.
Oh, well, they've gone public with it, haven't they?
I don't know if they've like gone public with the locations and all that. I'm not too sure. Even with the official announcement, I'm not sure.
Yeah, no, they've announced. I'm pretty sure UFC has announced you versus Cannonier at this point. but
okay.
Location to be determined.
Yeah. Okay.
I think on the Khabib Gaethje undercard is what they're going for.
Oh, that'll be cool.
Yeah. So now you watch at least a little bit of fights, right? I'm sure you're going to be watching that one.
Yeah, for sure. Hopefully, I'll be there.
Yeah. Oh, well, you will be there most likely. But,
yeah. So yeah, I'll be watching for sure.
If you're betting, or what's your thought process behind who you picking in that fight?
If I was betting, I'd definitely go Khabib. Like, that guy's phenomenal. I don't see him losing anytime soon. I think Gaethje's phenomenal also, but Khabib's a special animal.
Yeah, that's what it seems like. People especially go to bat for that. Like we were talking about it last week. There's only him and Conor that have like these. Like I'm sure Robert Whittaker has them, and you got like a handful of them, but they got like, or even thousands. They got like tens of thousands of like the troll super fans, if you will.
Yeah, I guess.
Like no matter what you say, like you could say, "Hey man, he punched Khabib." People will be like, "He didn't fucking hit him. He didn't even hurt him. You know, he was fine."
Yeah. The fanatics for sure.
Like Conor McGregor's he's landing that left hand and knocking everyone out. You know what I mean? He's got fans like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So you just got to deal with fans like that sometimes, and just the fanatics. But you're not really fanatical about the sport like that. You just like fighting.
Yeah, I just like fighting. You know, I'm definitely not fanatical at all.
So, if gun to your head, what's Robert Whittaker's like number one thing? It's video games.
100% video games.
Now you're streaming on Twitch, right?
Yeah. I have a Twitch, Robert Whittaker MMA. Jump on that. But when I'm in camp, it's a little hard sometimes to keep it consistent because I get just so tired and whatnot. But yeah, I like to jump in sometimes, chat with the people.
Yes. All right. So you're not streaming constantly like your play.
Nah, not at all.
So you have all right. Yeah. You know, some guys are just every time they play, that's what they're doing. They're streaming.
No, I can't do that.
Yeah. So now what's the gaming like? Like what do you get? Like an hour or two a day?
Like right now in isolation, I'm hitting it like 12 hours a day.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, like I mean, I don't know. Are there like world championships in the game you're playing?
Yeah, there are, but I'm very far from them.
Okay, because I was gonna say like Omalley played like 8 hours a day, had a foot injury or whatever, and he played like 8 to 10 hours a day of Fortnite, and he wound up placing in the Fortnite World Championships. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I don't have the attention span for the same game for that long.
Well, it's like something we've talked about. Like you have two boys, even. What would you push your kids towards more, like professional gaming or professional sports?
Sports, for sure.
Yeah,
it's healthier.
Definitely healthier physically, but I'm talking about even as like an adult. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
it's healthier regardless.
Yeah, but I would just think, man, like if you saw like what the people are making to play Fortnite right now.
Yeah, they're making big coin, but you know the top 10 aren't making big coin. Just the one of like how many billion players, something.
All right. I just feel like
crazy number.
I just feel like that's a new thing. Like esports is really gonna.
Oh, esports is massive, and it is going to take over. But I think I'd go like sports first.
Yeah, but then that's the thing too. If you push them towards sports, they don't have enough time. They're not going to be the gaming level as 12 hours a day.
To be fair, as long as my kids are healthy, they can do whatever they want.
Yeah. So what game did you say you were playing at this point?
Elder Scrolls Online.
What is it called?
Elder Scrolls Online. It's a Bethesda game.
And that's like wizards and
swords and spells and dragons.
And now, if you had to choose, that'd be your type of game. You like medieval?
Yeah, that's my vibe. Fantasy, medieval, sort of magic-y sort of thing.
All right. Yeah, I've never really. I used to play Ages of Empire.
Oh, yeah. It's not bad.
That was my shit back in the day. Obviously, that's dated. I know now it's probably merged into something, World of Empire or some shit.
No, they've brought it back. The classic Age of Empires. They've brought it back. It's online. You can jump into it.
Oh, that game was fucking sweet.
Yeah,
like
has
that.
Big backing, big following.
Yeah, like that was even like the first one that I remember playing like that online. Now you can play those type of games on your phone and whatnot. But that was the first one I remember playing like, oh shit, like my shit's getting invaded right now.
It's a bit stressful like that.
Oh, super stressful. But I remember when I was a little kid and found that game, I was like, oh, this is what's up.
Yeah, it has a massive cult following. You know what I mean? So, fun games. Those games always stress me out too much, but so.
Oh, so what are like the games you like to play? Is it just like, what's that one game? You don't play the card game, right? Everything's video game, right?
No, I play cards as well. Magic the Gathering. I play a ton of that.
Oh man, so you're in like deep.
Yeah, that's a good game. It's a great game. Strategy, big brain game.
So now what is that? Like just the card game and you just
cards.
And now
yeah.
Give me like the Cliff Notes version of it.
So you build a deck and you try to beat someone else's deck with it. So like there's monsters and magic and spells and you just try to outplay them.
All right. And now has this always been the game style that you've been into?
Yeah, I've always been into the cards ever since I was a kid. I like that sort of game. I like thinking games, strategy games. Right. Yeah.
So I forget what you said. What day of quarantine you got left?
Another 5.
Another 5 days?
Yeah.
All right. Now, you doing any working out? Can you do anything in the room? How big's your room?
Yeah, it's a nice room. Lovely room here. But I'm not working out too much. I'm still on my break from last fight before I jump back into camp again.
Yeah. What do you usually do? Like 8 weeks, 10 weeks?
Yeah, about 9 to 8 weeks.
So now, what'd you have for this fight, notice-wise? The Till fight?
Well, it was like rumored for a while. We had both agreed for a long time, so I kind of had a good idea that I was going to fight him later in the year. It just, with the pandemic and everything that happened, it was just when, and then so I was always kind of preparing for it.
Yeah, because even I was going to say, like, what was your training like during the pandemic? Like, were you able to? I know you said your team would quarantine you, but before the quarantine, like the situation we have, like what's going on now, when it was still kind of unknown. Were you still training then?
Yeah, I was training. I was doing my thing. I just constantly kept training, kept moving. It was all right. It was all right. I managed to work it out and make it work.
Yeah. All right. So you never really got out of shape. And like, are you working out? Do you have like a gym set up at home or everything's in the gym?
Yeah. No. I have a little home gym that I kept moving, kept my strength up, different things, stretching a lot. It's you have to almost like go out of your way to lose all of it.
Yeah, because even now, it's not going to be the perfect training camp is what I was going to get at. Like, you almost have to make the best of what you can do, especially in the United States, I know, because most states still, gyms are closed, all that and whatnot. So now...
Yeah, everyone's kind of in the same boat, though.
Yeah, what do you have right now in Australia? Are gyms open?
Gyms are open at the moment, yeah.
Yeah, like New York,
unfortunate.
Gyms are not open.
Yeah, so... Yeah. We're in a better spot than most.
Yeah. So now what? The numbers weren't really that bad in Australia, or were they?
No, not too bad. Like it's a little bad in some states, but they're getting on them.
All right. Well, a few more days. We'll get you on again soon when we have Menace here. But we'll let you get back to the quarantine. Let you get back in on some gaming.
100%. It's cutting into my game time.
All right, Robert Whittaker, you're the man. We'll talk to you soon, brother.
Thank you, my brother. Have a good one.
Take it easy.